notion that you could have a positive experience from stress. If we just want to kind of briefly locate some of these things, if this is a side view of half a brain, the inner surface of the brain, we have this kind of huge, like, mushroom expansion of the cortex sitting on top of the mushroom stalk of the brainstem, and the middle brain area is the little cerebellum tucked in behind. And the critical areas for this instinctive brain are in this limbic system are found distributed around these middle parts of the brain. And it's quite controversial really whether these do form a system or it's just a kind of classification, an early classification that may even be past its sell-by date, but still. The key structure is this one called the thalamus, which receives sensory information from the whole of the body, essentially. All the different sensory systems feed into the thalamus, and it sends inputs widely through the whole of the brain. But in particular, it's sending inputs, in terms of what we're interested in here, into the amygdala, where it can do this threat assessment. And to kind of give a couple of pictures of a 3D model, here we have the amygdala, again on the sides, there's a left and right one, there's the thalamus in turquoise. And we have the, just behind the amygdala we have the hippocampus, and that area which the people who looked at these first when they dissected them out must have been either highly imaginative or drunk. Suppose it looks like a little seahorse, I think that's where that word originates from. A horse-like quality to it anyway. The hippocampus, though, has a dominant role in memory, and in particular seems to play an important part in when the amygdala identifies threat. It uses the hippocampus for its repertoire of remembered past behaviours in a given stressful, threatening situation. It's also interesting how the olfactory bulbs, the sense of smell, plug straight into this limbic system, so have a very immediate impact of smell on the emotional state. And a bit closer again, there's your amygdala with the hippocampus behind, whizzing round the thalamus. The amygdala is in a state of constant alert. When I was just finding some images for this, I was quite tickled by someone translating American states of alert into different sorts of hot dogs. So hopefully when we're in a state of relaxation, going to the system, we're in toffee pup, but at the peak of activation we could be in danger dog, serious risk of terrorist attack. Quite where that came from, I'm not sure. But the limbic system is in constant alert, and I think it's helpful to see, to imagine that from the limbic system's point of view, it's occupying a threat scale. Whenever you enter a situation, and at every moment in a given situation, while you have sensory input occurring, your amygdala is creating a threat scape which is evaluating the various risks that there are present in that environment. And it's doing that in a highly complex way. The amygdala seems to pick up a lot of information about eye gaze from people. So when you go into a room and there's all that kind of visual checking out where people's glances are bouncing off each other, it seems the amygdala is controlling a lot of information that allows this assessment of the situation through gaze. So when you go into a room, there's a creepy feeling there. Some of that may be due to the eye contact that the amygdala is picking up. In a similar way, other parts of the limbic system are creating a desire scape, identifying situations in that environment where basic urges can be satisfied, whether that's food, sex, defecation, who knows what it is. It's identifying the different